No space for you, Dad, my son said at the cruise dinner table. I knew. I'd made a $54,000 mistake. Not booking the cruise, that wasn't the mistake. The mistake was believing that generosity buys respect, that blood means loyalty, that if I gave enough, they'd finally see me as more than a wallet. I'm Dominic Turner, 71 years old, retired electrician, widower for 5 years. I thought this cruise would bring us together. Instead, Marcus and his wife brought 4 strangers to run a financial scam on me. They exiled me to a corner table in front of 200 witnesses. So I did what electricians do when they go in faulty wiring. I cut the power. And by the power, I mean their tickets. Mid-ocean. But before you judge me, let me know where you're listening from. And hit subscribe. You'll want to hear how this ends. My name is Dominic Turner. I need you to understand that part first. Not Marcus's dad. Not the old man with money. Dominic. A person. With a life that mattered before all this happened. I'm 71, retired electrician, spent 43 years at Bridgeport Municipal Electric. Good work, honest work, the kind where your hands tell the story, calluses that never fully fade, knuckles scarred from tight spaces, a wedding ring that left an indent even though Helen's been gone 5 years. 5 years, 2 months, 11 days, cancer. 11 months from diagnosis to funeral. The house is too big now. 4 bedrooms, photos on every wall because taking them down felt like erasing her. Helen's garden dying in the backyard because I don't have her touch. I water it. It dies anyway. I sold my small electrical contracting business after she passed. Got $680,000. Sounds like a lot. It is a lot. But I live on my pension, $2,200 a month. The rest sits in savings. For family, I told myself. For emergencies, for Marcus. My daily routine, coffee alone at 5:30. Crossword puzzle. Call Marcus. Usually goes to voicemail. I leave cheerful messages. Hey son, just checking in. Sometimes he calls back. Sometimes. Helen's last words to me in that hospital bed, morphine making her voice soft. Take care of our boy. I promised. God, I promised. What I didn't know was how much they'd come to expect it. Marcus wasn't always like this. I need you to know that too. He was a good kid, curious, used to follow me to job sites when he was 8, 9 years old. Wanted to learn how to wire outlets, how to read circuit breakers. I taught him, patiently, the way my father taught me. We had good years, fishing trips upstate, football games. He played linebacker in high school. I never missed a game. Helen would pack sandwiches. We'd sit in the bleachers, freezing, proud. I paid for his college. State school, $45,000 total over 4 years. Not cheap, but manageable. Graduated 2007. Helen cried at commencement. I took 300 photos. When he got his first real job at the dealership in 2009, I co-signed his apartment. $1,200 a month. He needed the boost. New job, new city. I understood. His wedding in 2005 to Vanessa, I paid $18,000 for that. Helen insisted. Invest in family, she said. The reception was beautiful. Marcus looked happy. Vanessa looked happy. I thought we were building something. Connor was born in 2007. I bought the crib, the car seat, set up a $5,000 baby fund. Madison came in 2009. Same generosity, same hope. Every time he asked, I said yes. Every crisis, I opened my wallet. After Helen died in 2020, the visits got less frequent. Too busy, Dad. Text messages instead of calls. Vanessa's voice in the background. We really can't this weekend. I kept every receipt, every email, every promise. But Connor and Madison, those 2 kids, they're why I kept trying. Connor's 18 now, accepted to state engineering this year. He's following my path, and that makes me prouder than I can say. Every other Sunday, he drives over, 40 minutes each way. He helps me fix things around the house. Doesn't have to, wants to. We work in the garage, and he asks about Helen, about my time at the electric company. He actually listens. Madison's 16, artistic, quiet. She writes me letters, not texts. Actual letters. On paper, in envelopes. Last month, she sent me a drawing titled Grandpa and Grandma's Garden. Colored pencils. Those purple flowers Helen loved. I cried looking at it. Put it on my fridge. Both kids seem uncomfortable with how their parents treat me. Connor said something once, last Thanksgiving, when Marcus canceled dinner at the last minute. Dad talks about you different when you're not around. I asked what he meant. Connor looked away. Nothing. Forget it. Madison told me in one of her letters, Mom says we can't visit you too much or you'll get expectations. Expectations. Like wanting to see my grandchildren is asking for the moon. I didn't mind. I told myself they were protecting me. From what? I don't know. Connor has my hands, same build, same way of holding tools. Madison has Helen's eyes, that soft brown that sees through everything. I thought building them up would keep us close. I was wrong. January 24th, 2024, Helen's birthday. She would have been 70. I sat in the living room, lights off. Dark at 4:30 in the afternoon. Winter in Vermont does that. I sat there thinking about promises, about take care of our boy, about empty rooms and voicemail messages. I made a decision. One more try, a family vacation. Like the old days, before Helen got sick, when we'd rent a cabin upstate, and Marcus would bring the kids, and we'd just be together. I researched cruises that night, 12-night Caribbean, spring break timing so the kids could come. Family suite for 5 people. The photos online showed big cabins, balconies, dining rooms with chandeliers. I called Marcus the next morning, hands shaking on the phone. I'm booking us a cruise. My treat. March departure. Spring break for Connor and Madison. Long pause. I heard him breathing. That's generous, Dad. Let me check with Vanessa. A week later. We're in. The kids are excited. My chest loosened for the first time in months. Really? Yeah, Dad, thank you. This is going to be great. I booked it that afternoon. $54,000. Didn't flinch. Pulled it from savings. Clicked confirm purchase. Got the email. Primary account holder, Dominic Turner. I told my neighbor, Mrs. Anderson, going on an adventure with my family. She smiled. They're lucky to have you, Dominic. 3 weeks before departure, Marcus called with a tiny favor. 6 months before the cruise, Marcus asked for just one more favor. September 15th, 2020. Months before the cruise. Marcus showed up on a Wednesday. Midweek visits weren't normal. He looked stressed, thinner, needed a shave. Dad, I need to talk. It's serious. We sat in the kitchen. I made coffee. He didn't drink it. The dealership's expanding. Big opportunity. New inventory lot. But the bank wants business history I don't have. If you co-sign, or just lend me the down payment. How much? $92,000? I almost dropped my mug. Marcus, I know it's a lot. But Dad, this is my future. Our future. Connor's college, Madison's. This could change everything. Vanessa wasn't there. That registered later. Marcus came alone, isolated me. I'll pay you back. 12 months, 5% interest. I'll draft a promissory note, legal and everything. Helen's voice in my head, be careful, but also support our son. Okay, but I need it in writing. Relief washed over his face. Of course, absolutely. Thank you, Dad. You're saving me here. He drafted the note that weekend, downloaded a template from some legal site. Both of us signed. I kept a copy, filed it in the cabinet with all the other family documents. September 15th, I transferred $92,000 from my savings account to his checking account. My balance dropped from $680,000 to $588. Marcus hugged me. Quick, too quick. This changes everything, Dad. The door closed behind him fast. I checked the county records 2 weeks later. Electrician's habit. Verify before trusting. No expansion permits filed for his dealership. But that's not what he used it for. First payment due, October 15th. It didn't come. I waited until October 20th. Called him. Hey son, just checking on that first payment. Oh, Dad, yeah. The expansion took longer than expected. Everything's delayed. November for sure. November 25th. Still nothing. I texted, Marcus, just following up on the loan payment. In response came 6 hours later. Holidays are tough in car sales. January. Promise. December 10th. I drove to the dealership. 20-minute drive. Told myself I'd just see him. Check in. Make sure everything was okay. Receptionist. Marcus, he's not in today. At a conference. No conference. I could tell by how she said it. Vanessa called that night. Dominic, you're stressing him out. Calling, texting. He's working so hard. I just need to know when, maybe if you'd taught him better money management growing up. The line went dead before I could respond. January rolled around. No payment. I checked my bank account. My savings had dropped to $582,000. Living expenses and the loan. Connor visited that month. Saw me staring at the bank statement. Grandpa, you okay? Fine, son, just tired. Is Dad paying you back? The way he asked, he knew. It's between us. Connor sat down. Grandpa, he's gambling again. I've seen the apps on his phone. DraftKings, FanDuel. He deletes them when Mom checks, but I've seen the notifications. My chest went cold. The phone felt heavy in my hand. I should have told you sooner. I'm sorry. I told myself they were just stressed. I was lying to myself. March 1st, day before departure. I checked my credit card. Old habit from running the business. Always verify charges before big trips. Cruise line charge, $54,000. Expected. Wait. Another charge. Same day, same cruise line, $18,200. Guest edition, 4 passengers. My hands started shaking. I called the cruise line. Waited on hold for 12 minutes. Smooth jazz torture. Mr. Turner, how can I help you? I have a charge on my account. $18,000 for 4 passengers. I only booked 5 people. Keyboard clicking. Let me pull that up. Yes, your booking now shows 9 passengers total. 9? Who added them? 4 guests added February 10th. Richard Kleiner, Patricia Kleiner, Stephen Wolf, Angela Wolf. I didn't authorize that. We have your save payment method from the original booking. An authorization from your secondary account holder. Secondary account holder. Marcus Turner. Listed as your emergency contact with account access. Everything went quiet. The room tilted. Marcus used my saved payment information, added 4 people without asking. Can I cancel those 4? Departure is tomorrow, Mr. Turner. We can offer 50% refund, or you can resolve this with the secondary holder. I should have canceled right there. Demanded the refund, confronted him. But electricians don't cut wires until they know the full circuit. No, leave it. I want to see what this is. I packed that night. Clothes, toiletries, in a folder, bank statements, credit card bills, email confirmations, the promissory note, screenshots. When the invitation came, I thought it was a turning point. It wasn't. March 2nd, Miami Port, 90 degrees, humidity like breathing through a wet towel. I met the family at the terminal. Marcus saw me first. Big smile, bigger than I'd seen in months, arms out for a hug. Dad, so excited! Thank you so much for this. The hug felt wrong. Too tight. Performing. Vanessa. Air kisses. You're too generous, Dominic. Really. Connor and Madison. Real hugs. Madison whispered, I'm glad you're here, Grandpa. Then I saw them. 4 people standing with my family. Strangers. Marcus turned. Dad, these are friends from work. They're joining us. Friends? A man stepped forward, 50-something, tan like leather, teeth too white. Marcus speaks highly of you, Dominic. I'm Richard. This is my wife, Patricia, and Stephen and Angela. Firm handshakes, rehearsed smiles. Vanessa, we thought it'd be more fun with a group. My folder felt heavy in my bag. The folder with proof they'd added these people without asking. More fun, I repeated. We boarded. Vanessa steered me. Let the kids board first. More space. I walked up the gangway alone. Salt air, engine rumble, sun too bright. Suite check-in. My cabin was aft deck, separate. Family suite was forward deck, Different floor. Connor helped with my suitcase, his grip on the handle urgent. Grandpa, can we talk later? Just us? Of course, son. He looked at his parents, looked back at me. Just later. Marcus's text came at 6 p.m. Settle in, meet for dinner tonight. Formal dining, 7 p.m. I showered, pressed my navy suit, the one Helen bought me in 2018, practiced smiling in the mirror. I wanted so badly for this to work. I was about to learn that hope makes you vulnerable. Day 1. Ship left Miami at noon, that deep horn sound that means go freedom for most people. I texted Marcus at 7 a.m. Want to grab breakfast together? 3 hours. No response. Finally, 10:30. Already 8. Kids wanted early buffet. Maybe lunch? I went to the Lido deck alone, grabbed coffee, dry toast, sat at a small table by the railing. Then I saw them. All 9 of them. Marcus, Vanessa, Connor, Madison. The 4 strangers. Corner table, laughing, taking photos. Marcus had his arm around Richard. Vanessa was showing Patricia something on her phone. I waved. Marcus looked right at me, turned back to the conversation. Vanessa saw me, mouthed across the deck, "We'll catch up later." I walked to the other side, found a different table. An elderly couple sat nearby, 70s maybe, gray hair, wedding bands that looked 50 years old. The man, traveling solo? No, with family. They're busy. The woman, Martha, I learned later, smiled softly. Family cruises are complicated. Her husband George nodded, said nothing else, but I felt seen. Afternoon, I tried again. Texted Madison, "Want to explore the ship together?" "Mom says we have activity until 5 tomorrow." Evening, I saw them at the pool. Didn't approach. Coffee tasted bitter in my mouth. The sun felt too hot on my skin. My phone heavy in my pocket. I told myself it was coincidence. First day, chaos. But electricians know the difference between a loose connection and a deliberate cut. 6 p.m. I walked past the family suite. Door ajar, voices inside. I stopped. Old habit from job sites. You learn a lot by listening before entering. Richard's voice. "So when we present the portfolio structure," Marcus, "I think after a few drinks at dinner he'll be more receptive." Vanessa. "Just don't push too hard first night. Build rapport first." A woman's voice, Patricia, I guessed. "We've done this before. Older clients respond better to family pressure." Older clients? They were talking about me, like I was a transaction. Stephen's voice. "The materials are in the suite safe. After dinner tomorrow?" Marcus. "Perfect. Connor, you and Madison need to help sell this." Connor's voice strained. "Dad, I don't think..." Marcus. "Connor, Grandpa trusts you. Use it." My heart pounded in my ears. I stepped back quietly, walked to my cabin, sat on the bed, pulled out my phone, Googled Richard Kleiner Financial Advisor. Results. Apex Wealth Partners. Multiple BBB complaints. Reddit threads. Apex Wealth Scam? Lost 30K to Apex. FTC warnings. Googled Apex Wealth Partners. Multi-level marketing scheme. Pyramid structure. Target. Retirees with liquid assets. My hands were sweating. My vision blurred. They were running a con. On me. I should have confronted them. Should have left at first port. But I needed to see how far they'd go. Electricians test the circuit before cutting the power. Night 1. Casual dining. Not formal yet. Table for 9. They'd saved me a seat. Between Richard and Patricia. Separated from Connor and Madison. Marcus ordered wine. For the table. Charged to my room. The drinks flowed. Conversation steered like a car on rails. Richard. "Dominic, Marcus mentioned you sold your business? Smart move, timing the market." Plain dumb. Mostly sitting in savings. CD at 4%. Patricia leaned in. Perfume too strong. "Oh, Dominic, with proper wealth management, you could see 12 to 15% returns." Stephen joined. "We specialize in retirement portfolio optimization. Apex Wealth Partners. Have you heard of us?" "Can't say I have." Vanessa, sweet voice like poison honey. "Dominic, you should hear them out. It's Marcus's future too, you know." There it was, the guilt trigger. Don't you want to secure your grandchildren's inheritance? My fork clenched too tight, wine untouched. Richard's cologne suffocating. Marcus laughed too loud at something Stephen said. Connor stared at his plate. Madison excused herself. Bathroom. Didn't come back. Richard. We have materials we can review. Tomorrow evening, just a conversation. Marcus. Dad, it's just information. Can't hurt to listen. My voice calm. I'll think about it. That's all we ask. Patricia smiled. I said yes. I said I'd meet with them, because I needed them to think I was the easy mark they expected. But I was already planning my exit. There it is. The guilt trigger. 7 a.m. Knock on my door. Madison. Still in pajamas. Eyes red. Grandpa, can I come in? Of course, sweetheart. What's wrong? She broke. 16 years old and breaking. You can't sign anything, please. What do you mean? Mom and Dad, they've been planning this for weeks. Those people aren't friends. I don't know what they are. But Connor looked at papers they brought. She sat on my couch, hands shaking. They're going to show you papers tonight. Say it's for protecting assets, tax stuff. But Connor researched. It's giving them control of your money. My throat tight. How do you know this? I heard them practicing how to convince you, what to say if you hesitate. Dad has gambling debts, over $200,000. He told Mom you're the only solution. $200,000. The $92,000 I gave him was just the start. Once you sign, they can access your accounts. For estate management. That's what the papers say. I pulled her into a hug. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. Are you going to cancel the cruise? No, I'm going to finish this, but not the way they expect. She left. I sat there, voice memoed myself, documented everything she said, time-stamped. That morning I became a different man. I wasn't their father-in-law, their paycheck. I was the owner of this vacation, and I was taking back what was mine. 2 p.m., deck 12, quiet area, wind strong. Connor found me. Madison told you? Yes. I'm sorry, Grandpa. I should have said something sooner. He pulled out his phone. I took pictures of the documents. Showed me his screen. Photos of papers. Durable power of attorney. Living trust amendment. Joint account agreement. All pre-filled. My name, my address. Just needed signature. Dad said if you signed, it's just paperwork for tax purposes. But I Googled. These give him full control. You'd need his permission to touch your own money. Where did you learn to research this? Connor smiled. Sad smile. You taught me. Always read the fine print. Remember? I did, last summer, teaching him about his first car lease, my hand on his shoulder. Your grandmother would be proud of you. What are you going to do? I'm going to show your father what boundaries look like, but I need you and Madison to stay close to me tonight at dinner. Okay? The ocean wind cold. Connor's phone warm with evidence. My jaw set. Electrician's brain clicking. Circuit diagnosed. Time to cut the power. Connor airdropped me the photos. 6 files, all the proof I needed. Grandpa? Yeah? I love you. I love you too, son. Always read the fine print. Night 2, 6:45 p.m. I dressed carefully. Navy suit. Pressed. Helen's favorite. Pocket square. Cufflinks she gave me for our 40th anniversary. Mirror check. Not nervous. Resolved. Mental checklist. Electrician's habit. Booking confirmation. Printed, folded in jacket pocket. Credit card statement. $18,000 unauthorized charge highlighted. Connor's photos, saved on phone. Voice memos, recorded, backed up. Cruise line customer service number, memorized, 6:55. I arrived early, strategic, the formal dining room. Crystal chandeliers, white tablecloths so bright they hurt. Piano player in the corner, soft jazz. 200 passengers in suits and dresses. Table 12, center of the room, visible from everywhere. Marcus, Vanessa, the 4 coaches already seated. 7 people, drinks already flowing, wine glasses catching chandelier light. 1 empty chair, head of the table, where the primary guest sits, the host. I walked toward it. Marcus saw me. His eyes widened. Vanessa's mouth opened. Richard and Patricia exchanged looks. The piano kept playing. Conversations around us buzzed. Silverware clinked. I was 3 feet from the chair. Marcus stood up. That's when it started. The chandelier light felt like a spotlight. The piano notes too cheerful. My heart steady. I reached for the chair back. Marcus put his hand out, blocking. Dad, hey, there's been a situation. The room didn't stop. The world didn't pause. But something in me clicked into place. I was 3 feet from the chair when Marcus stood up, his hand between me and the chair. Physical barrier. Dad, this table is for immediate family and our guests. I am immediate family. Vanessa stood, glass of champagne in her hand, voice sweet, caring. Dominic, the kids need space. 9 people is already crowded, you know? She smiled, performed, for the nearby tables. We thought you'd be more comfortable with people your own age. You understand, right? It's not personal. Not personal. Richard leaned forward, scripted. Dominic, I spotted a great table by the window. I looked at Connor, his eyes closed, fists clenched under the table. Madison, tears streaming, mascara running, mouthing, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. The other 6 people at the table stared at their plates. Awkward silence in our bubble while the room buzzed around us. Table 18, George and Martha, the elderly couple from breakfast, watching. Table 9, a family with teenage daughters, staring. Conversations stopping. Ripple effect, eyes turning toward us, whispers starting. Marcus, quieter now, almost pleading. Dad, don't make this harder, just go sit at table 64, please. Vanessa, the waiter is waiting, she gestured. A young waiter stood 10 feet away, face red, uncomfortable, holding a menu. Heat climbed my neck to my face. Chandelier light too bright. 200 eyes like pressure. Connor's knuckles white. Madison's shoulders shaking. I didn't argue, didn't yell, didn't make a scene. I smiled. Of course. Enjoy your dinner. 200 people watched. I turned to the waiter. Young kid, 20 maybe, name tag, Justin. Actually, I won't be dining tonight. Thank you. His face confused. Sir, your reservation? Cancel it, please. I walked. Not to table 64, to the exit, past table 18. George caught my eye, whispered, Everything okay? I stopped, loud enough for Marcus to hear. Just remembered I have an important call to make. Behind me, Marcus's voice. What? Vanessa hissed. What is he doing? Whispers exploding. Nearby diners looking at table 12 now, at Marcus, at Vanessa, at the 4 strangers. Connor stood up. I'm going after Marcus pulled him down. Sit. I kept walking. Through the atrium, elevator, deck 9. Not to my suite, to the guest services desk. Fluorescent lights. Young woman behind the counter. Name tag, Christina Valdez, guest services manager. She looked up, efficient eyes. I need to speak with someone. It's urgent, about fraud. Her expression changed. Professional, alert. Fraud? Sir? Unauthorized charges to my account. And I'm the primary account holder. So yes, fraud. She stood. Come with me. Private office, computer, files, phone, the hum of the ship beneath us. Tell me what's happening, Mr. Turner. I pulled out my folder, and I started talking. The manager's name was Christina Valdez. She was 40, efficient, and about to become my favorite person on this ship. Christina's office, small, professional, her desk organized, everything labeled. Start from the beginning. I laid it out. Calm, detailed. Electrician explaining a faulty circuit. Booking confirmation, 5 passengers, my name, my credit card, credit statement. $18,200. 4 passengers added without consent. Secondary account holder used my saved payment information. I never authorized it. Screenshots of my Google searches, Apex Wealth Partners, complaints, warnings, photos Connor took, power of attorney documents, pre-filled. They brought these people to pressure me into signing over financial control. Christina typed, fast, pulled up my account. Mr. Turner, you're correct. You're listed as primary account holder Full booking authority. She scrolled. 4 passengers added February 10th. Richard Kleiner, Patricia Kleiner, Stephen Wolf, Angela Wolf. Digital authorization shows secondary holder code. She looked at me. You want them removed? Not yet. Tomorrow morning. Grand Cayman Port. All 6 of them. All 6? My son, my daughter-in-law, the 4 coaches, remove them at port. And your grandchildren? Pause. They stay with me. Christina nodded, typed more. Mr. Turner, this is serious. You're alleging financial manipulation. I'm alleging my son committed credit card fraud to facilitate a scam. She printed documents, highlighted sections, handed me papers. These outline your rights as primary account holder. You can modify or cancel any bookings. The captain will need to approve removal. But with this evidence, she picked up the phone. Let me make a call. Christina printed the booking details, highlighted my rights, gave me the captain's direct line. Christina hung up. Captain will meet you tomorrow, 7 a.m. He'll review the evidence. Then she said something that broke me. Mr. Turner, I see this more than you'd think. Family members manipulating elders on cruises, using vacation as cover for financial pressure. You did the right thing coming here. My voice cracked. First time. I just wanted a nice vacation with them. I know. I'm sorry they made you feel unwelcome on something you paid for. She leaned forward. Your name on the booking means you're not a guest. You're the host. They disrespected the host. Something in my chest loosened. Sleep on it. Tomorrow, 8 a.m., we dock Grand Cayman. I'll have security ready if you decide to remove anyone. But it's your call. Thank you. I walked back, past the dining room, still happening. Didn't look in. Got to my suite, balcony. Ocean black, stars cold and clear. Phone buzzed. Marcus. Dad, where did you go? We waited for you. Lie. Connor. Grandpa, are you okay? Can I come see you? Madison. I love you, Grandpa. I responded only to the grandkids. I'm fine. Come to my suite. Now, alone. Ocean sound like breathing. Stars bright and distant. Phone screen glowing in the dark. Electricians rule. Once you cut the power, you can't undo it. Make sure. 10 minutes later, Connor and Madison knocked. What I told them would change their lives, and mine. They entered. Still in formal wear. Connor's tie loose. Madison's makeup smeared. Both scared. Both confused. Sit down. They sat on the couch, side by side. I need to tell you what's happening tomorrow, and you need to make a choice. I explained. Gently, clearly. I'm removing the 4 coaches at Grand Cayman. Richard, Patricia, Stephen, Angela. They're leaving the ship. Madison. Good. I'm also removing your parents. Connor's eyes widened. What? They committed fraud. Used my credit card without permission. Brought those people to scam me. Your mom and dad are leaving tomorrow. Madison. Oh my God. But you two. You have a choice. Stay with me for the rest of the cruise, or go with your parents. Silence. Then Madison. Immediate. We stay with you. Connor. Grandpa, what they did tonight, that wasn't okay. Connor, that's your father? No, his voice firm. He stopped being my father when he tried to scam you, when he gambled away money, when he told me to use you. Tears on his face. We choose you. I broke. First time since Helen's funeral. Pulled them both into my arms. Connor. What about school? We're supposed to be back March 15th. I'll handle it. You're with me now. Madison. Will Dad be mad? Probably. But his feelings aren't your responsibility. I held their faces, both of them. Listen, you don't owe anyone loyalty who doesn't give you respect. Not even family. Especially not family. They stayed until 2 a.m., talking about Helen, about Marcus, about starting over. When they left, I made 5 phone calls. We choose you. 2:30 a.m., ship phone, calling Vermont, call 1. James Brennan, my lawyer, old friend, woke him. James, it's Dominic. I need advice. Now. Explained everything. James, groggy, then alert. Dom, you have every right to cancel their portion. It's your booking. But document everything. Date, time, witnesses. Marcus will sue. Will he? Oh, absolutely. Good. Email me that promissory note. The photos Connor took. Credit card statement. I'll draft a demand letter for the $92,000. Do it. 3 a.m. Call 2, bank 24-hour line. I need to freeze any accounts with Marcus Turner as secondary holder. Typing. Yes, Mr. Turner. One joint account. 34,000 balance. Freeze it. Done. He'll receive notification within 1 hour. 3:20. Call 3, credit card fraud department. Reporting unauthorized charges, $18,200. Cruise booking. I have documentation. We'll start a dispute. You should see provisional credit in 5 business days. 3:40. Call 4. Christina Valdez, her direct line. Christina, it's Dominic Turner. It's on. Remove all 6. Marcus, Vanessa, and the 4 coaches. 8 a.m. Understood. Security will escort. Luggage will follow. The grandkids stay with me. Noted. 4 a.m. Text to Connor. Be ready tomorrow. Stay in your cabin until I text. His reply immediate. Grandpa, Dad just got a bank notification. He's pounding on your door. The knocking started. Loud. Fist on metal. Marcus's voice. Dad, open the door. I put down the phone. 4:07 a.m. I opened the door. By sunrise, I had a plan. And I had witnesses. Marcus, pajamas, hair wild, phone clutched, furious. What the fuck did you do? The bank froze our account. Lower your voice. People are sleeping. He pushed past me into the suite. That's my money, from the dealership. It's a joint account. I have equal authority. Why? Because of dinner? Jesus, Dad, you're so sensitive. It's not about dinner. Then what? The cruise? I added some friends to make it more fun. Without permission, using my payment information to run a scam. Marcus froze. Apex Wealth Partners. Richard and Patricia Kleiner, Stephen and Angela Wolf. You brought them to pressure me into signing power of attorney documents. His face. Shock. Then calculation. Then defense. It's not a scam. It's legitimate wealth management. Stop. I stepped forward. He stepped back. I know about the gambling, the $200,000 in debts. The dealership story was a lie. The $92,000 I gave you, gone. How do you... Connor, that little shit... Don't you dare speak about your son that way. Silence. Marcus breathing hard. Fine. Yes, I needed money. You have money. You're old. What are you going to do with it? We needed to steal it? It's not stealing. You're my father. It's family money. No, it's my money. I earned it, and you're not entitled to it. Marcus's face red, spit at the corners of his mouth, hallway lights flickering, the hum of the ship. Electricians calm. When someone shorts a circuit, you don't argue. You disconnect. Here's what happens tomorrow, Marcus. I let him finish. Let him incriminate himself. At 8 a.m., this ship docks in Grand Cayman. Marcus shook his head. Dad, at 8:15, you, Vanessa, and your 4 friends will be escorted off by security. You can't do that. I can. I'm the primary account holder. I checked. Dad, come on, this is ridiculous. I'm not finished. My voice quiet. Cold. Connor and Madison are staying with me for the remaining 10 days. Marcus's face. Disbelief, rage, panic. Like hell they are. They're my kids. They're 18 and 16, old enough to choose, and they chose me. Vanessa appeared in the hallway, robe, hair in curlers. What's going on? Marcus, why are you yelling? Your husband tried to scam me. You helped. You're both leaving tomorrow. Vanessa laughed, actually laughed. Dominic, you're being ridiculous. Over one dinner. It's not about dinner. It's about respect. And you've shown me none. Marcus desperate now. Dad, please. If you kick us off, we don't have money to get home. Credit cards are maxed. That's not my problem. Dad? You taught me a valuable lesson this week, son. I walked to the door, opened it. Family isn't blood. It's respect. And you lost mine. Closed the door, in their faces. Marcus pounding on it. Dad, wait! Please! Vanessa. This is insane. You can't just... Voices fading as I walked to the balcony. Door click final. Marcus's voice muffled through wood. My chest not tight anymore. Light. Electrician's rule. Disconnect the bad circuit before it burns the house down. I watched the sunrise from my balcony. At 7:45, Connor and Madison came with their backpacks. At 7:58, Christina knocked. 2 security officers with her. "Ready, Mr. Turner?" I was. 8 a.m., ship docked. Georgetown Port, Deck 5, gangway area, passengers disembarking for excursions. Bright sun, salt air. I stood with Christina. Connor and Madison next to me. 2 security officers behind us. Christina, radio to her mouth. "Bring them down!" We waited. Then, the walk. Marcus and Vanessa, escorted by 2 different security officers. From Deck 8, still in yesterday's clothes. Bags hastily packed. Marcus's shirt untucked. Vanessa's makeup gone. Behind them, the 4 coaches. Richard protesting. Patricia on her phone. Stephen and Angela silent. 50 passengers in the gangway area, watching. Phones out. George and Martha from table 18. George nodded at me. Respect. Marcus saw me. "Dad, don't do this. Please." I looked at Christina, not at him. "Are their disembarkation papers ready?" "Yes, sir. Signed by the captain." Vanessa to Connor and Madison. "You 2 come with us, now." Connor. "No." Madison. "We're staying with Grandpa." Vanessa's face. Shock, then fury. "Connor, you're 18. You can't just... I'm an adult, and I'm not going." Marcus grabbed Connor's arm. "You're my son." Connor pulled away. "And you're a gambling addict who tried to steal from Grandpa. I'm not going." Security officers stepped between them. "Sir, don't touch him." The 4 coaches being led down the gangway. Richard yelling about lawyers. Patricia crying. Morning sun harsh. Gangway metal grating. Marcus's voice cracking. Passengers staring. Recording. Marcus tried one last time. Reached for my arm. Security. "Sir," I raised my hand. "It's okay." I turned to Marcus. First time making eye contact since the hallway. 3 days later, they'd learn what happens when you mistake kindness for weakness. "You're not my son anymore, Marcus." "What?" "A son respects his father, honors him. You wanted a bank account, that's not a son." Tears starting on his face. "I made mistakes. Mistakes are accidents. What you did was calculated." My voice steady, clear. "You gambled away the $92,000 I lent you. You brought scammers on our vacation. You told Connor to manipulate me. You exiled me to a corner table to humiliate me into compliance. Dad, tonight, you're the one in the corner. How does it feel?" Marcus silent, tears falling. I turned to Vanessa. "And you knew every step. You helped." She defiant. "He's your son. You're supposed to help." "I did help for 45 years, and you turned my generosity into entitlement." Connor's hand on my shoulder. Madison crying quietly. Relief tears. "Let's go. Our cruise is waiting." Marcus broken. "What about us? We don't have money for a hotel." I looked over my shoulder. "You should have thought about that before you invited scammers to steal mine." Walked away. Connor and Madison followed. Marcus's voice behind us. "Dad, please! Dad!" I didn't turn around. Vanessa screaming at Marcus. "This is your fault. You're gambling. I told you." Their voices fading. We walked back up the gangway. Ship horns sounding. Passengers moving past us. Salt air. Connor's grip on my elbow. Madison's hand in mine. I didn't look back. I didn't need to. Behind us, Vanessa and Marcus, finally being honest with each other. Electricians rule. Once the bad circuit is removed, the system runs clean. As the gangway lowered, Marcus finally understood. I wasn't asking permission. 10 a.m. Back in my suite. Phone call from Christina. "Mr. Turner, thought you'd want to know. The 4 passengers you removed, arguing with port authorities now?" "About what?" "Richard Kleiner claimed illegal removal. Port police pulled the manifest. Confirmed your primary account holder status. They have no case." She laughed, actually laughed. "Here's the best part. They had no return flights booked. We're planning to stay all 12 days, on your dime." My chest tight. Anger, relief. Now they're stranded. Last-minute flights to Miami? $1,600 per person. Hotels for 10 nights? About $6,800 total. They asked if you'd reconsider. What did you say? I said I'd ask, so I'm asking. No. Perfect. Captain sends his regards. He hates scammers. 2 p.m. Email from James Brennan. Subject, Apex Wealth Partners. Dominic, filed formal complaint with FTC. Sent your evidence. Connor's photos, voice recordings. FTC already had open investigation on Apex. Your case adds weight. Thanks for the ammunition. Also, demand letter sent to Marcus for $92K plus 10% annual interest. Total owed $100,200. He has 30 days to respond, or I file civil suit. I replied, send the suit. 4 p.m. Connor checking Marcus's Instagram. Grandpa, look. Last post, day 1. Family time. Comments disabled now. New post, photo of Grand Cayman Airport. Caption, sometimes plans change. Comments flooding. Wait, aren't you on a cruise? What happened? Where's your dad? Connor showed me. We laughed. He's embarrassed. Good. Ship moving through Caribbean blue, laptop screen bright. Connor laughing. Peace feeling like weight lifted. For the first time in 5 years, I felt light. Days 3 through 12. Just us. Dominic, Connor, Madison. Day 4. Jamaica, Dunn's River Falls. Connor teaching me to snorkel. Breathe through your mouth, Grandpa, you've had it. Water warm, fish colorful, Connor patient. Madison built a sandcastle on the beach, elaborate, towers and moats. For Grandma Helen, she planted a flower she'd picked, purple. Helen's favorite color. Day 6, Cozumel, specialty restaurant, my treat. I told stories. Young Marcus, before the gambling, before the entitlement, good memories, football games, fishing trips, his high school graduation. Madison, what happened to Dad? When did he change? Honest answer, I don't know, maybe I gave too much. Maybe he never learned to earn, maybe both. Connor, that's not your fault. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but it's done now. Day 8. Ship's Internet Cafe. Connor applying to colleges. I helped. Rita's essays. Gave feedback. Madison working on her own essay. The grandfather who taught me about boundaries. She read it to me. I cried. Day 10. George and Martha joined us for dinner. George, saw what happened in Grand Cayman. Took guts. Took too long, Martha. Better late than never. And those kids? Lucky to have you. Day 12. Final night, 3 of us. On my balcony, stars above, ocean below. Connor, what happens when we get home? You two move in with me, until college. Madison, really? House is too big for one person, plus Helen's garden needs work. Madison, you interested? She nodded, crying. Happy tears. Connor, Grandpa, thank you. For what? For showing us what it looks like, setting boundaries, choosing yourself. Group hug, under stars. We didn't talk about Marcus and Vanessa. We didn't need to. March 14th. Miami Port. Disembarkation. Rental car waiting. Connor and Madison's bags in the trunk. My bag. 3 of us. 10-hour drive to Vermont. We took turns, stopped at diners, talked, laughed. Arrived home. Midnight. House lights on. I'd asked Mrs. Anderson to prepare it. Connor and Madison's first time living here. Which rooms? Connor. Marcus's old room. I'd repainted it 3 weeks before the cruise. White walls, fresh start, prophetic. Madison. Guest room. Helen's old sewing room. Windows facing the garden. First morning home. I cooked. Meatloaf. Helen's recipe. Madison tasted it. Started crying. This tastes like love. Connor washed dishes without asking. Week 2. Routines established. I drove them to school. 20 minutes each way. We talked in the car, about everything, about nothing. Connor got a job, hardware store, afternoons, saving for college. Madison joined art club, brought home paintings. I framed them, dinner together, 6 p.m., non-negotiable. We cooked together, ate together. Sundays, garage time, teaching Connor electrical work. He's good, natural. Helen would have loved watching this. Week 3. Legal guardianship paperwork filed. Connor's 18. Doesn't need it. But we filed anyway. Makes it official. Madison, 16, needs it. Marcus hasn't contested, hasn't responded to anything. My lawyer. If he doesn't respond in 30 days, it's automatic. Week 4, Madison in therapy, processing her parents' behavior, learning boundaries. Therapist called me. Mr. Turner, you're doing the right thing. Stability matters. She's thriving. Connor's college acceptance, state engineering, full scholarship, plus the trust fund I set up, $120,000. Celebration dinner. Connor cried, I'm going to make you proud, Grandpa. You already do. Spring arrived. Madison planted flowers in Helen's garden, bringing it back to life. Neighbors noticed. Dominic seems lighter. Mrs. Anderson, I'm glad you're not alone anymore. Me too. House smells like cooking again. Laughter in hallways. Life. 6 months. No word from Marcus. No calls. No texts. No apologies. I assumed he'd moved on. Found another target. I was wrong. April. Connor still has access to Marcus's Instagram. Forgot to remove him. He checked occasionally. Can't help it. Still his dad. Marcus's posts. Nothing since Grand Cayman. May. Connor's friend, Marcus's coworker, messaged him. Your dad got fired. Missed too many days. Gambling relapse, Connor told me. I'm sorry, Connor. I'm not. He chose this. June. Vanessa filed for divorce. Connor saw it. Court records online. Public information. Reasons cited. Financial irresponsibility and fraud. Vanessa moved back to her parents' house, Florida. She tried contacting Connor and Madison. Both blocked her. July. Marcus's dealership issued garnishment notice. Civil suit from them, embezzlement. Marcus working as delivery driver now. Pizza, late nights, studio apartment, 40 miles from us. James Brennan's updates. The $92,000 loan. Marcus hasn't paid a cent. Civil suit filed. Judgment granted. Marcus owes $101,200 plus legal fees, $8,900. Wage garnishment, 25% of income. It'll take him 18 years to pay you back at his current salary. I don't need the money, James. I need him to learn. August. Connor ran into Marcus. Grocery store, produce section. Told me about it that night. Marcus looked older, thinner. Gray hair at temples. 45 but looked 60. Connor, hey. Hi. How's Madison? And your grandfather? Good. Better. I'm sorry for everything. Okay. Can I see you sometime? Talk? Connor, I don't think so. Not yet. Marcus nodded. Walked away. Connor's voice shaking, telling me. My hand on his back. Realization. Marcus is broken. But it's not my responsibility to fix him. Electrician's heart. Not glad. Not sad. Neutral. I didn't celebrate Marcus's downfall. I didn't mourn it either. I felt nothing. That's when I knew I'd truly let go. September. Connor moved to college, state engineering. 2 hours away. I helped. Drove the U-Haul, set up his dorm. I'll visit every other weekend. Focus on school, I'm fine. No, I want to visit. You're my family. October. Madison's 17th birthday. Party at the house. School friends, neighbors, Mrs. Anderson. Cake. To our Madison. 3 words. Everything. Madison's speech. Candles lit. Everyone quiet. Thank you, Grandpa, for showing me what family really means. Blood doesn't make you family. Love does. Choice does. And you chose us when we needed it most. Not a dry eye. November. Letter arrived. From Vanessa. Forwarded by James. She sent it to his office. She wants to reconnect with the kids. I gave it to Connor and Madison, unopened. Your choice, Connor. Not yet. Madison. Maybe never. I support you either way. December. First Christmas without Marcus. 45 years. Tree, presents, Helen's ornaments, the ones she collected. Connor home from college. Madison, me. Connor. This feels right. Madison. This feels like home. January. 10 months post-cruise. Annual checkup. Dr. Morrison. Dominic, your blood pressure is down. Stress levels improved significantly. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. I set boundaries. Best medicine there is. February. I booked another cruise. Alaska. 10 days. Spring break. Connor and Madison. Just us 3. Connor. Are you sure, after last time? Last time taught me who my real family is. This time I'm traveling with them. Booking confirmation email. Primary account holder, Dominic Turner. Passengers. Dominic Turner, Connor Turner, Madison Turner. No secondary holders, no surprises. Madison. I can't wait. Connor. Same. We started packing together. Planning. Excited. House full again. Life happening. Connor's college sweatshirt in the laundry. Madison's art improving. Sold her first painting last week. $150. Garden blooming. Helen's flowers everywhere. Peace. Then September. 6 months after the cruise. Envelope arrived. Handwriting, Marcus's. 6 months later, an envelope arrived. I stared at it for an hour. Kitchen table, coffee going cold. Connor came home from college. Weekend visit. Saw me. What's that? Letter from your father. He sat. You going to open it? I did. Dad, I don't expect you to read this. I don't expect forgiveness. I don't expect you to believe me. But I need to say it. You were right about everything. The gambling, the loans, the lies, the cruise, all of it. I've been going to Gamblers Anonymous for 4 months, 97 days sober from betting. I have a sponsor. I'm working my steps. You're at the top of my amends list. I can't explain what happened to me, how I became someone who could hurt you, use you, bring strangers to scam you on a vacation you paid for. I see Connor sometimes, at the store. He won't talk to me. I don't blame him. I see the man he's becoming. He learned that from you, not me. Madison blocked me on everything. I deserve that too. Vanessa left. Divorce is final next month. She took nothing because there's nothing to take. I lost my job. I'm delivering pizzas. Studio apartment. I'm paying you back $220 every month. Wage garnishment. At this rate, I'll be 63 when I finish. The math is appropriate. I don't know if I'll ever be someone you're proud of. I don't know if I deserve to be. But I want you to know I'm trying, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Marcus, I read it 3 times. Connor read over my shoulder. Do you believe him? Long pause. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. Why not? Because even if he's sincere, I'm not responsible for his healing. He is. I can forgive him someday. But I don't have to reconcile. Those are different things. Are you going to write back? Not yet. Maybe not ever. I put the letter in a drawer, not the trash, not framed, just there. Maybe someday I'd answer, maybe not. For now, I had a life to live. Vanessa. Connor's intel from Florida cousins. Family gossip travels. She's back at her parents' house. 43 years old. Humiliated. Working retail. Department store makeup counter. Tried to paint herself as victim on Facebook. Abandoned in Grand Cayman by my husband's cruel father. Connor's aunt, Vanessa's sister, commented publicly, "Tell them what you did. Tell them about the scam you helped run." Post deleted within an hour. Vanessa tried contacting Madison. Instagram DM. "I miss you, sweetie. Grandpa turned you against me." Madison showed me. "Want me to respond?" "No, I will." Madison's response. "You chose Dad over us. You chose money over respect. Grandpa didn't turn me against you. You did. I'm blocking you now." She did. The coaches, Richard, Patricia, Stephen, Angela. October 2024. FTC filed formal charges. Apex Wealth Partners. Shut down. $2.4 million in consumer fraud. Richard Kleiner and Stephen Wolf named as principals. My evidence cited Connor's photos, my voice recordings. 3 other victims came forward after seeing the complaint. Elderly, scammed on cruises, January 2025, Apex dissolved. Principals face fines, probation, no jail time but financial ruin. Richard tried contacting me. Email, subject, "This is your fault." James sent cease and desist. Marcus's former dealership, filed embezzlement charges. Investigation showed 38,000 taken over 18 months. Marcus agreed to plea deal. 5 years probation, restitution, no jail time. Connor, Dad could have gone to prison? The plea deal was mercy he didn't show me. Do you regret it? What you did on the cruise? Not for a second. A year after the cruise, March 2025, I stood in my backyard, Madison's garden blooming, every color Helen loved, Connor's voice on phone from college, excited about engineering project, Madison painting on the porch, humming, my chest light, hands steady. I realized I'd finally learned to protect what mattered. Not money, not pride, peace. Their Instagram post stopped on day 4, March 2025, 1-year anniversary. Living room, afternoon light golden through windows, wall, new framed photo, Dominic, Connor, Madison, cruise ship deck, day 8, Cozumel, sunset behind us, all 3 smiling, real smiles, not performing. George took it. The elderly man from breakfast, mailed it months later. Note with it, this is what family looks like, George and Martha. Below the photo, small brass plaque I had engraved. The Turner family, March 2024, Caribbean. Built on respect, not blood. I sat on the couch, looking at it. Connor on video call, from college. You framed it? My favorite photo? Better than your wedding photo? Different. That was about beginning a family. This is about choosing one. Madison joined me on the couch, home from school. Grandpa, I finished my college essay. Want to read it? Title, The Man Who Taught Me That No is a Complete Sentence. I read it, cried. Is it good? It's perfect. People ask me if I regret it. Kicking my son off that cruise, cutting him out. The answer is no. Here's what I learned, what I wish I'd known at 40, 50, 60. Respect isn't inherited. It's required. Love without boundaries isn't love. It's enabling. And sometimes the greatest gift you can give someone, especially someone you love, is the word no. Marcus taught me I'd given too much for too long, that my generosity had become his entitlement. Connor and Madison taught me that family isn't who you're born to. It's who shows up, who chooses you back. I'm 72 now, house full of laughter, garden blooming. Grandkids who call because they want to, not because they need to. I've got my dignity. My hand reached up, straightened the photo frame. That cruise cost me $54,000. Losing my son hurt more than I can say. But gaining myself back? Priceless. I paid for a family vacation. What I got was a reminder that sometimes the best thing you can do for the people you love is to stop saving them and start saving yourself. Afternoon light, photo glass reflecting, my face calm, wedding ring still on my finger but not tight anymore. Electrician's hands worn but steady, breath easy, heart full, Connor's laughter from the phone, Madison's paintbrush moving, peace.